Hi, my name is Yuri Recruiting, and I'm a senior in the finance program, graduating here in just a week this spring. And I'll be joining a buy-side asset management firm in Connecticut in July. And I'll tell you a little bit about how I was able to find this company and how I was able to put in the hard work and the grind and the hustle to get this internship and turn that into full-time. So this starts all the way back to sophomore year. I had a internship with US Bancorp, and I knew that I needed to get started early on junior internship recruiting. So I put together this huge spreadsheet of over 100 positions at over 30 companies worldwide. I knew exactly what days I had to apply to these companies, and that basically took hours and weeks and months of research to get to that list of companies. I knew I wanted to do asset management. I knew that there were a lot of opportunities for growth. I knew that the work-life balance was one of the best for finance, and I knew that the compensation was also pretty well. So the stock market interested me in things like that, so I really wanted to pursue that path. So once I went through that summer internship, I ended up getting married towards the end there, and I was in Hawaii on my honeymoon. And I started having interviews even then. I had one firm call me, and I was on the beach and had an interview with them. So I didn't really stop at all. Every day, didn't matter if I was getting married, if I was doing an internship. I was always trying to network. I was trying to learn more about companies. I was trying to get my name out there so I could get more interviews and have a chance at a real premier internship. So I had lots of interviews, but I just kept building that list up and interviewing, and I came across a firm in Connecticut called Hartford Investment Management Company. They had about 100 investment professionals, so it was a bit of a leaner company compared to some of the bigger players. They managed about $100 billion, which was huge for the amount of employees that they had. So I thought that this would be an interesting place to work. They might give a lot of responsibility to analysts, and there might be a lot of opportunities for growth. So I definitely applied, and I think in the first step, the resume is the first thing that stands out, and that's what HR noticed. And when I got an email saying that I would be interviewing with HR, I immediately went on LinkedIn, and I started looking up former interns who had accepted offers to go to this company. And I started just emailing 3, 4, 5 guys, and before you know it, I had calls set up with each of these former interns. They're now analysts, and I just called them, got to know them a little bit, and I hoped that they liked me, hoped that they knew that I was interested, and really just getting my name around the office before my first official interview was huge, because in that first interview that I had, I could name drop 4 or 5 different analysts, and they had already knew who I was interviewing with, so they already name dropped me. So they kind of had me already at the top of the list of, hey, here's who's someone you guys should pay attention to. So with the first round interview, everything went well. I basically took note from what was being said in a lot of my classes, and I used those examples and things that other candidates weren't using, and that luckily put me ahead. The moment that the interviews were finished, that first round interview, I sent a thank you email to every person I interviewed with, including those analysts, within 24 hours. And then I wrote a handwritten letter to every person that I was interviewing with. So that was a big help in helping secure this offer, because they knew that I would put in that extra mile that other candidates wouldn't. So once I got to that stage, I felt pretty confident about getting a next round interview, and I did. So then I reached out to those analysts that I'd spoken with, and I asked for referrals pretty much. I asked for more people, maybe they're seniors, someone that I could reach out to. So by the end of those couple weeks before the next interview, I had reached out to assistant portfolio managers. I had reached out to more analysts. So 7 or 8 people knew my name, and they were rooting for me on the sidelines during this whole process. I got to the next round interview, and it was with a portfolio manager. And instead of having just a traditional interview, I was in my 410 class that semester. We were doing a stock competition, and we were learning everything about Sortino ratios and value at risk and all of these things that really interested me at the time. So I took what I knew, and in my spare time I was investing a little bit on my own money, and I had a spreadsheet based on different things that we were learning, following some of these stocks. And during this interview, I just told the portfolio manager, I said, listen, we can do an interview, but I have something that'll be more helpful. I said, what's your email? And I just sent her the spreadsheet, and we just went through my analysis. And she said, wow, this is incredible. Let's just take you to the next round. This is great. And once again, I wrote her a handwritten letter, wrote her an email immediately, and got a couple more referrals. And the next round was a final round interview. With that interview, I already had about 10 people who worked at the firm spreading my name around. They were rooting for me. Someone from BYU, they've never hired from out here. They only hire, Yale guys or Ivy guys from the East Coast. So this was a really cool opportunity to have these guys backing me compared to someone from their alma mater. The last interview is a little bit tougher, a lot of trick questions, strategy type questions, just those types of things. And I think it was more about, can I think on my feet and do I have an interest in this? And those two things put together with the people on the sidelines rooting for me, I was able to secure an internship offer, and I was really ecstatic that I was able to do this. So with that, I went on, did the internship, and followed a similar process, just hard work, hustle, put in the time, and made sure to network with a lot of people. I networked with over 40 individuals that were all backing me to get the full-time offer over the summer. And I had a full-time offer and a contract signed before my senior year even started. So it took all the stress off. I just wanted to let you know that it is completely doable. If I could go back, I don't even think I could get this again. It was a lot of hard work, 95% hard work, but there's that 5% luck that it just happens or it doesn't. So I can just recommend that you just start early. Start with the on-campus internships. Those will give you better opportunities. And then my strategy was to cast a wide net. And in the end, I had a couple offers, and this one was definitely the best, and I took it. Thank you.